Alright, how you doing? This is the video for how to make the Mission Quesadilla. You make it without cheese, without chicken, and so it's just pepper jack and Dutch Gouda, and I'm making a version right now that is cheese and chicken. So that is the sous vide telling me that it's finished, that there's thighs, organic thighs, that I just cooked, or that I've been cooking. And coming out of the sous vide, it kind of looks like that. Looks a little gross, but it's just its own liquid. It was not sous vide from frozen, but that's fine. So I'm going to move the cheese over here, bag down. The sous vide is at 167 degrees for an hour and a half. Keep the chicken in there. I'm going to take, well, first let's just, so we can get them out of the way, let's make the tortillas. This thing is on right now, which I don't know. Well, I'll leave it on for now. So what you do is it's 60%, or 60 grams, there's 100 grams of cheese, 60 grams are Dutch Gouda, and 40 grams are pepper jack. So I'm just going to just randomly put them, semi-randomly, on the tortillas. I used a little less. Oh, for the chicken recipe I've used less because there's going to be chicken in it. So I believe it was not 60-40, but 50-30, I believe. So I just used a little bit less of each. So as you can see here, at least I hope you can see. It's a little bit, it's 60%, although that math doesn't really work anymore. So you got these guys, and now they're done. Now normally you press these, put them in the panini press, put them on top like this, put them in the panini press for 3 minutes and let it go down all the way. And it's going to make a mess, and everything's going to be gooey, and that's great because it's going to make all these crispy, delicious cheese crust. Create a cheese crust on the outside that just oozes all out, and you just add it in, you put it on the plate, and that's great. You do it for 3 minutes, and then you turn it off and leave it closed for about a minute. So let me get these out of the way. And why turn it off for a minute? It's essentially because to let the cheese that's oozed out crisp up effectively. So I'm gonna pull this chicken out. I'm just gonna use tongs. Actually, I don't think I need the bowl. Just have it here. Kind of looks a little bit like boiled chicken. It smells very good. It smells like very pure chicken. There's nothing else in this. I guess we could do something about that. Let me throw away this water. So now we have this chicken here that smells just like really good plain chicken, nothing on it, there's no salt, no oil, there's no nothing. I probably could have put a little oil in it for flavor, but Now the question is, I'm going to try one just as it is, and then I'm going to try one cutting it into about 1/4 inch pieces. So this one has nothing on it. So we're going to do that, and then I'm going to take one and let's see what I want to do with this. I'm going to cut it into a little bit thicker than 1/4 inch, and then place these on here. And I'm gonna try both. I'm gonna try one with just cheese and chicken straight on it. I don't know if you can see that. Let me move it in a little bit. Okay, so I have a regular one right here. It's cheese and chicken, and the other one I'm essentially searing the chicken. So let's do that. Let's see what happens. So I'll set this for 3 minutes. 3 minutes should make this nice and gooey. And it should be too gooey. It'll just bleed out all over the place. And then just the chicken itself, I'm searing it essentially, and then putting it into the quesadilla, which adds a step. I want to see how this tastes, see how it works out. You can open it, see what's going on. The chicken is searing pretty nicely over here. So, and over here you have some jalapeno, which I didn't put into the thing, but in normal circumstances, I'm going to do with the other one. I'm going to put about this much, sprinkle it in, like that. I didn't put it into the other one. Oop, I forgot a piece here. That's searing pretty nice. Now, the other side should be seared too, yeah, and it is. Okay, so I'm going to take this, I'm just going to put it into this, and then put it back in. Put this over here because I forgot it. Now, take this, put it here, and there. Just let that sit there. So there's seared first and then added to the quesadilla, and then there's just straight out of the sous vide, started cooking. So let's see how these turn out. Starting to melt and ooze. So over here you'll see there's a long plate and chili powder. So you take these out and you put it on the plate. So you take these, put them over here, cut them in half, put them 1, 2, 3, 4 diagonally, and then while we're doing that, let's see what we're doing. See how it's oozing everywhere? And that's 3 minutes. You just hear it. So let me get this wayward guy out of here. So do this for a little bit longer. Just just because the other one started later. But let's turn it off. So we turn it off now for a minute. And now it's off, and it's still, still hot, obviously, so it's going to continue to cook. So I'm going to take the sauce, Michael's of Brooklyn, put it into what eventually is going to be a what's it called? Like one of these guys. It'll be easier to pour. A little saucepan kind of thing. But for now, we're going to use a regular pan. I'm going to put about 65 grams. 74, a little bit over. So 60 to 70 is good. And this will cook pretty quickly. So it doesn't spatter, I'm gonna cover this. And that was a minute. So now, this guy, as you can see, makes a mess. I'm not even gonna pay attention to the sauce right now, because the induction thing will make it really, really hot very, very quickly. So we take this, and could even leave it right now for a little bit. And you take this, and you pick it up. Oops, that cheese came out. It's good, it's alright for now. I actually want this to get crispier, so we can just leave it for a minute. We'll work on this one for now. See how this is going. Let's get in there. So you take this, and you cut it in half. Take it, cut it. Ooh, there's a chicken. As you can see here, the longer you leave it, the more it crisps up, and it's still staying warm. So you take this, place it right there. See this extra cheese on the side, all goopy. Now this is the one without this one is without searing it before. As you can see, this gets hot really quickly. And you take this and you just go like that. Pour it over the center. Take chili powder. And you're done. That's it. That's how you make it. That's how you make the Mission Quesadilla with chicken. Without chicken is just, you just don't put the chicken in, put the cheese in, flatten, into the panini, press it for 3 minutes, leave it open for 1 minute, and turn it off and leave it open for 1 minute, and then serve it and do the exact same thing.